I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes.
If you're not going to plant a church that matters to the community in a relevant and tangible way, then don't bother. We've got to be a place where the community knows, hey, those guys care about us. My name is Vern Streeter, and live in Billings, pastored Harvest Church for a lot of years. I did a 10-year run as the youth pastor at Faith Evangelical Church. About the time I started there was a church in Billings called Hawthorne Evangelical Church. They were an aging congregation, and they weren't reaching the community like they knew they could or should, but they were visionary to think about a church will someday. They sold the building to another denomination, and they took $150,000 and put it in the bank. And with some other proceeds, they bought 5 acres of land next to Skyview High School in the Heights. And they earmarked it. They said, this is going to be for a church plant. When I started Harvest, that money had been sitting there for right at a decade. So as we're visioneering Harvest Church, we wrote into our vision statement that we would plant a church within 5 years of our launch date. So that launch date would have been first Sunday in October, in that case, October 1st, 2000. And then it started to become clear to us that we wanted to plant a church in Bozeman. As a youth pastor, we would graduate students out of our youth ministry, and then they'd all go to college, right? And so we had a burden for college towns, and man, if we could just keep students engaged, they'd need a community where they would be healthy and vibrant and pursue Christ together. So we had Bozeman on the radar because so many kids from Billings go to school at Montana State. People sold houses and quit jobs and relocated to Bozeman to help this new work begin. One of the most special things about all of it for me is that we declared over and over again, we will plant a church within 5 years of our launch. Well, our launch, October 1st, 2000, Journey started with a Saturday night service on the first weekend in October, which means that by 14 hours, we did it, man.
Met my wife, Stephanie. She and I decided to get married, and so we came down at Christmas time that year to do the wedding planning session at Harvest Church. The Harvest was about to plant Journey that year, and they were looking for a worship pastor, and so the wedding planning session became more of a job interview. When we planted Journey, we planted with 12 families, and that summer we did preview services, 1 a month, starting in June. Then we were in Heritage Christian School in their gym. We were completely portable for basically 5 years. So part of the original vision of the Commons, even the name of the Commons, was to serve the community. We wanted to have our 40 acres be something that could serve the community. And we wanted to be really generous with that. So we gave 8 acres to the Y when they were needing land. People could come here for an event and then realize, oh, a church meets here. I think I might check out that church. So we really wanted to leverage not just our Sunday services, but our whole week for serving the community with the Commons campus.
I started attending Journey with my boyfriend and found out that there was a different way to experience faith than I had grown up in. I found Jesus a few months into my time at Journey, and he has led me to have faith that he knows what's going to happen in my life.
My perspective on life has shifted. I now strive and challenge myself to be as Jesus-like as much as I can, as often as I can.
When you do something creative, it helps people remember it. Something that connects with the message, it can really help. So that's part of the reason we would do that.
And not just go to
Miss Greta.
Some people.
Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
You're simply the best.
We want to have our church be the kind of place that you can invite friends to and they would feel welcome and they would be able to understand what we're talking about and engage with it. But also, that's really important for someone on the other side of the world to hear about Jesus. And so we have prioritized missions for a long time around Journey and also partnerships with ministries that are doing amazing things around the world.
God absolutely used my yes as something so good in these students' lives.
There's a joy, there's a contentment that you have when you serve. It's not always explainable, but it's real.
Having people serve like Jesus, so that if Journey Church closed our doors one day, we would be missed. And that was the kind of church that we wanted to be, something that's relevant, because we think that the most relevant thing that people can have in their lives is the gospel. And so our church should be the kind of church that's relevant to Bozeman.
My husband and I have just grown so much closer together with just a common vision and values, centered around Christ. We're just super grateful for the people that have come into our life and just kind of showed us a better way and a better faith.
Came to church and I not only fell in love with God, but I fell in love with the community as well.
I've been worrying less about things I can't control and acknowledging that it's in God's hands. I am here today to let you know that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
If I was to sum up what Christ means to me in one word, it's forgiveness.
To watch Journey grow and develop and matter in the Heritage Days and then into this building here and then the partnerships around the community, and then all of that was with an eye towards and a heart towards the community and accessibility into the grace of Christ. So super proud of Journey and its footprint in the community, and can't wait for what the next 20 years is going to be, because it's going to be marvelous. God's going to do beautiful things through this place.